back, everyone, and let's welcome our new subscribers. Get ready because today we're making something unbelievably cute, soft, and super comfy. My brand new Puffy Toes Slippers Embroidery Design Collection. These slippers are absolutely adorable, colorful, cozy, and so comfortable to wear. What makes them extra special is that beautiful, soft, puffy border all around the opening where your feet slide inside. I use a very thick and puffy yarn around the edge, giving the slipper such a soft, cozy, and beautiful handmade look with an amazing texture around your feet. I also designed the slipper with a left and right foot shape so they fit much more naturally and comfortably when you wear them. They even include a gentle inner curve along the inside area to follow the natural arch of your feet, making them feel extra comfy and nicely shaped instead of the regular flat slippers. I love how fun they are to make because you can combine so many different fabric prints and colors, and every pair comes out looking unique and full of personality. Even better, they are very simple to create so you can make beautiful cozy slippers without a complicated process. And the best part is that the collection comes in 4 different hoop sizes, from grown-ups all the way down to small kids, so you can make matching puffy toes slipper for the whole family. How adorable is that? These slippers are perfect for cozy morning, gifts, sleepovers, holidays, craft shows, or just relaxing around the house in something cute and handmade. Trust me, once you make one pair, you're going to want to make many, many more. So let's get started and make the softest, coziest, puffy toe slippers together. Okay, let's get started. Let's hoop one layer of tear-away stabilizer and run the first spool color over the stabilizer. Just a reminder, all my embroidery designs can be done in a single needle embroidery machine or a multi-needle embroidery machine. Now let's cover the whole guideline with 2 or 3 pieces of cotton batting. If you're doing the largest size of the slippers, you can use 3 layers of cotton batting. The medium ones could be 2 layers, and for the kids one, the little ones, can be 1 layer. That also depends how puffy you like. For example, in mine, I put 4 layers of cotton batting because I like my slippers to be really, really comfy. But all that is up to you. And then keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach the cotton batting to the project. After the tack down line has been done, we're going to trim the cotton batting all around it. After the cotton batting has been trimmed, now we're going to cover the whole area with a pattern fabric of your choice. Make sure it's all flat and cover the whole cotton batting. Then keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will do a tack down stitch to attach that pattern fabric to the project. Then keep running your machine for the next spool color. It will do the first applique guideline as the video shows. Okay, let's go ahead and prepare our applique fabric. In this case, because we're doing blanket applique, I highly recommend to add heat and bond to the back of your applique fabric. It's very simple, just iron the heat and bond to the back of the fabric as the video shows. Now we're going to cover the whole applique guideline with our heat and bond fabric. Just make sure you remove the paper backing from the heat and bond before laying it down. Next, keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach the heat and bond applique fabric to the project. After the tack down line has been done, we're going to trim all around it. Now keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will start doing the quilting pattern over the heat and bond fabric as the video shows. Then the next spool color will do the blanket applique stitch all around the edge of that applique fabric. As you can see, our first hooping is almost done already. Very fast and easy. The last step will be adding the non-skid fabric, which will become the bottom sole of our slipper. In my case, I'm using 3 pieces together because I ran out of this fabric, but it still works perfectly fine. If you like the non-skid fabric I am using in this video, you can find it under my Amazon storefront. The quality is really great and you get a very nice amount for the price too. And the link is listed right under the video description. Okay, now we're going to lay down the non-skid fabric. Make sure the wrong side of the fabric is facing you. Keep running your machine for the last spool color. It will do a tack down stitch to attach the non-skid fabric to the project. This tack down stitch will leave an opening. And then through that opening, we're going to turn the whole sole of the slipper inside out. Now it is time to unhook our project and cut all the way around, leaving about 1/4 inch seam allowance for the stitch from the stitch line. And on the opening, I highly recommend to leave those fabric a little longer so we can tuck it in later on. Now it is time to turn your slipper sole right side out. Take your time with this step and shape it really well, using your turning tools to gently push all the curves and edges out nicely. This will help your sole keep a very clean, smooth, and beautiful shape before moving to the next step. Now we're going to iron the whole slipper sole so the heat and bond can adhere to the fabrics really well. Take your time here and make sure everything is laying nice and flat. When ironing the non-skid fabric, make sure you place a cotton fabric over it before ironing it, since the non-skid fabric contains plastic and direct heat can damage your iron. By using a cotton fabric on top, the heat will still go through nicely and everything will fuse really well and safety. Now tuck in the fabric from the opening and clip everything in place to keep it nice and secure. Make sure the edges are folded in evenly so that the opening looks clean and neat. You can close this opening either by hand stitching or by using your sewing machine, whichever method you prefer. Now it is time to open our second hooping, which is the top of the slipper. Okay, let's hoop one layer of tearaway stabilizer and run the first spool color over the stabilizer as the video shows. The following steps are practically the same as the slipper sole process. First, cover the entire guideline area with 2 or 3 layers of cotton batting, depending on how puffy and cushioned you want your slipper to feel. Then, continue running your embroidery machine for the next spool color. This step will create a tack down stitch to attach the cotton batting to the project. Once the tack down stitch is done, trim all around the batting carefully and neatly. Next, cover the entire batting area with a piece of pattern fabric of your choice. This is the fun part because you can play with beautiful prints and colorful fabrics combination to make every slipper look unique. Run your embroidery machine again for the next tack down stitch, which will attach the pattern fabric to the project. Once that is complete, the following spool color will stitch the applique guideline exactly as is shown in the video. Now you're going to do exactly the same again. We're going to take a pattern fabric, just make sure it has heat and bond already applied to the back of the fabric. Make sure you remove the paper backing and then laying it down, covering the whole applique guideline. Next, keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach that pattern fabric to the project. After the tack down stitch is done, we're going to trim all around it. Now keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will start doing the quilting pattern over the heat and bond fabric as the video shows. Then the next spool color will do the blanket applique stitch all around the edge of that applique fabric. Here comes the step to add the soft edge to the slipper top border, which give it the slipper such a soft, cozy feel around your feet and make them look extra cute and snuggly. To attach the thick yarn, I'm using a wash away double side tape. This tape is amazing because it allows you to attach all kind of things to your projects like zippers, trims, ribbons, lace, and in this case the soft puffy yarn. Lay the tape right over the stitch line exactly as the video shows. Then remove the paper backing to expose the sticky surface and get ready for the yarn placement. If you would like to use the same double-sided wash-away tape, you can find it under my Amazon storefront and the link is right under the video description. Now it is time to lay down the puffy yarn over the double-sided tape exactly as I'm showing you in the video. This puffy yarn brand is really great quality because it keeps its shape beautifully and does not fall apart or get messy while working with it. It gives the slipper border such a soft, full and cozy look. Another thing I really like is that each roll comes with a very generous amount of yarn, so it lasts for many projects. If you like the same puffy yarn I'm using in this video, it is also available in my Amazon storefront and the link is right under the video description. Now we are going to cover the whole project with a piece of pattern fabric of your choice. Just make sure the wrong side of the fabric is facing you. Then keep running your machine for the last spool color. It will do a tack down stitch to attach all those fabrics together. And then also will leave an opening so you can turn the whole project inside out on the next steps. Now it is time to unhook your project and then we're going to cut all around the stitch line, leaving about 1/4 inch seam allowance. And where the opening is, we're going to leave the fabric there a little bit longer so we can tuck it in later on. As you can see here, I already turned the whole slipper top right side out. Take your time in this step and shape it all around so the edges look nice, clean and smooth. Then iron both sides really well so that the heat and bond can adhere to the fabrics and everything stay beautifully in place. Now it is time to tuck in the fabric at the opening. I use clips to keep it in place and then you can close that opening with your sewing machine or by hand, whichever you prefer. Also, if you would like to add any extra detail to your slippers, now it is the perfect time to do it, since the slipper top is still flat and very easy to work with. In my case, I'm adding one of my favorite details, the handmade leather tag. I just love how they look on my projects because they give everything such a beautiful finish handmade touch. If you would like the same leather tags I'm using in this video, they are also available in my Amazon storefront and the link is right under the video description. Now comes the exciting part, assembling the slipper. It is actually very simple. Just place the top slipper piece right over the sole piece. Then start clipping them together from the top center area. From there, continue working all the way around the slipper with the clips, exactly as the video shows. Take your time here and make sure everything is clipped nice, smooth, and even all around. This is such an exciting step because your puffy toes slipper are finally starting to come together and look like real cozy slippers. Now you can sew the slipper pieces together either by hand or with your sewing machine, whichever method you prefer. Take your time sewing all around the edge so everything stays nice, secure, and evenly attached. Wow, look at them now. They turn out so puffy, soft to the touch, and full of beautiful handmade craftsmanship. The soft puffy border around the top make them feel extra cozy and give the slippers such a warm finish and professional look. I also really love the gentle inner arch shape on the inside area of the slipper. It wraps around the natural curve of your feet so nicely, making them feel much more comfortable and natural to wear. The non-skid fabric on the bottom is another wonderful detail because it helps make the slippers safer and more practical for everyday use around the house. They feel thick, durable, cushioned, and made to be worn many times while still looking beautiful. And just look how fun they are depending of the fabric you choose. You can make them bright and colorful, soft and elegant, playful for kids, cozy for winter, floral for spring, patriotic holiday themes, or for absolutely any season you like. Every pair can look completely different and unique. This Puffy Toes slipper will make beautiful handmade gift for family and friends, adorable item for craft shows, cozy sleepovers, holiday present, spa baskets, or simply something special to enjoy yourself at home. Honestly, there are one of those projects that are not only fun to make, but also truly useful, wearable, and full of handmade charm. Now it is time for our fun sweepstake giveaway. I am giving away a big package of Bernat blanket big white yarn, a package of super cute silicone sewing charms from Smartneedle. Those are perfect for bracelets, keychains, zipper pullers, and much more. And also a beautiful purple sewing tool organizer full of crafty charm. To enter the giveaway, please leave a comment on this video. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Turn your notifications on so you will know who's the winner because it might be you. No purchase necessary to enter. Winners will be announced in future videos, and entries are for US residents only due to high international shipping costs. So sorry about that. This giveaway is not sponsored, endorsed, or administered by YouTube in any way. Thank you so much for participating and good luck to everyone. Thank you so much for stitching along with me today. I hope you had fun making these Puffy Toes slippers with me. I just love how soft, colorful, puffy, and cozy they turn out. They really feel like a tiny quilts for your feet. They are simple to make, comfortable to wear, and such a fun project to personalize with your favorite fabrics and colors. As always, thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting my channel, my embroidery designs, and being part of our wonderful Smartneedle family. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. It's really helped my channel to grow. And don't forget to subscribe and turn your notifications on so you won't miss future projects and giveaways. Stay cozy, stitch a lot, be creative, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.